What's up, everybody? Whoa, the lighting is really bright. Anyways, welcome to this topic. We're gonna be talking about today the difference on homeschooling and Zoom schooling. I call it Zoom schooling. I'm not sure how people are calling it. It might be social learning. And I wanted to come with this topic because I was asking in this group about who was homeschooling and who was social learning with the teacher at home. And I want to talk about the difference because a lot of people think that they're homeschooling. And I'm just going to tell you that homeschooling is the best thing that ever happened to me. We decided to homeschool around a year. Yeah, this is our second year. We did whole third grade before pandemic. We were doing this. So let me know in the comment if you're social learning, Zoom schooling like I call it, or are you homeschooling 100% homeschooling? If you're a homeschooler mom, virtual high five. I just started I'm going to be mixing all my content with homeschooling because I believe we have a big gap of mama trying to learn to homeschool their kids. As you know, I'm Jamie Reyes. I'm all about social media and helping moms making money from anywhere so they can fulfill their vision and do what they love. But I'm a homeschooler mom too, and a homeschooler of boys. They're crazy. So I just want to tell you guys the difference, and then maybe give you some thoughts of if you really would love to homeschool or keep Zoom schooling with your kids. I know it's the third day of school, and a lot of you are probably drinking a lot of wine. How many of you are drinking a lot of wine or pulling your heads? Let me tell you that we understand. Right now, my kids are in the pool taking a break, and that's why I'm here with you guys, because we just did like 4 lessons and some Spanish and reading and grammar. We did some verbs and stuff like that right now, but we still have to go through some other stuff. I have some of my materials here. I'm gonna show you a little bit, but if you want to know more, I don't want to overwhelm people that don't like to hear me about homeschooling here, but I have a group called Bees Mom Community, and I just convert that group for Bees Mom, but also they want to homeschool, or they want to learn homeschool, or they're already homeschooling. So Bees Mom Community for homeschooling, you know where to go. It's the same group as always. I'm just going to be focused a little bit more on homeschooling because that's my life 24/7, and I need to integrate it in my life and teach you around my how I do it and how I'm being failing forward with it. All right, so let's talk about the difference. If you're homeschooling, again, let me know in the comment. If you're Zoom cooling, like meaning you are putting your kids in a screen, because that's what it's all about these days when they cannot go to school. Let me know in the comment. So let me give you the example of the difference about both. It might be a open mind today when I tell you the difference. So I homeschool. We wake up in the morning and we don't have to look at the clock to feel like, oh my goodness, the kid has to be in the Zoom call at this time. We don't have to go through that. We basically wake up in the morning, have a beautiful routine with our kids. We pray with our kids together. I can have coffee normal. I can talk to my husband, have my Bible study with my husband. And then when the kids are ready after they play and they get all the energy, like today was fort day. Like they make a fort and they read in the fort. Yesterday was, we had yesterday sport day. And then on Monday we had ice cream day. And we were doing these different activities the whole week because it's the first week of school. But we have, I choose my own curriculum. I don't have to go through the curriculum of the school. When I decided to homeschool was because I needed to homeschool Radames because he was failing at school. So I thought about it for 2 years. I thought about homeschooling for 2 years. It was a big decision for me. God was putting that in my heart, so I decided to do it. So again, the difference is that you have more freedom. Your kid doesn't have to be on the computer 24/7. Your kid doesn't have to be frustrated with the teacher or not knowing how to use Zoom, because you have the chance to teach your kids on the way of his frustration. So it can be without clothes. Sometimes my kids doesn't want to use clothes. So many other things. Like, I know that I was talking to my friend's triplets today. My son had a play day last night. He slept over. I picked him up this morning. They have, oh, you have to become an A because, you know, they have school. They have to be on the Zoom. And I asked the triplets, one of the triplets, like, hey, how you liking school? And she's like, I don't like it. You know, they say the same thing. And it's a waste of my time. And I'm like, oh my goodness, this girl is in 4th grade. No, wait a minute. She's in 6th grade. I remember when I was in 6th grade. Remember, we were in a normal school. We were like talking to the people around us. Like, it was fun to be in school. I wasn't homeschooler. I wasn't homeschooled, but again, at this time, I remember when I was deciding to homeschool, why I decided to homeschool. It was because I knew that with my schedule, working from anywhere, trying to, you know, be the CEO of my company, trying to do all these things, I didn't want to be scheduled with the school schedule and all that kind of thing. As an entrepreneur, it was better for me to do it at home and to have that freedom. I don't have to be attached on a schedule, a tight schedule. I can homeschool on Saturday or Sunday if I didn't have time today. I can homeschool at nighttime if I know that Josiah was a problem because he's 4-year-old, and homeschooling with both at the same time sometimes is difficult. So for me, I don't have to say, oh, let's homeschool now. You need to learn now, right? We can do it at nighttime. Hi, Alisa, how are you? We can do it at nighttime if we need to. We can change your schedule. We can go through 3 topics today because it was too overwhelming. Maybe we can take a break because it's too hot. Guys, the freedom of homeschooling is so much better. I see a lot of the comments and I see a lot of the frustration that I've been seeing with all the moms that have to work. I don't know if homeschooling is for you. Again, I'm all about people learning. Again, I wasn't homeschooled myself. I decided to homeschool my son because I knew he needed that, and he couldn't learn in a space of 20-something kids. But the difference of your kids being in a computer all day long and you teaching your kids with life is totally different. Like, yes, he goes to the computer, like, to do MobiMax, abcmouse.com. So there's some programs that you can use on the computer. But using books, this is one of my curriculums that I'm using for 4th grade. It's called Brain Quest. Example, if I want to go through vocabulary, I got these flashcards where we learn different vocabularies with the verbs, and they can write it if he wants. It goes through so many inside, and this is for 4th grade. I got him this curriculum for writing because I knew that I want to write a book with my son. So we're both gonna learn how to do this narrative, how to really write a story. There's so many things, and I organized my stuff in a different way. Math, you know, we go through our spectrum math. I like the spectrum math, and this is what they use in school. You can do this too. I take the page and I give it to my son so he can go through it. I explain to him this. I know for sure. I don't know what I'm gonna do in other grades. I know for right now we in 4th grade, and I'm gonna teach Josiah next year kinder or preschool. I know he's most advanced right now, but the difference is you have control of the learning. If he already knows something in the curriculum, you can go to something else. You don't have to be attached of, like, everybody's learning how to do this page today, and they know, they get bored. Like the lady that I asked this morning, she's in 6th grade and she's probably bored about it because you probably know the information. So are you gonna hold your kid, or you want to advance him to where he's at? Maybe he already knows all this, so you can go to all the different things. I'm speeding and everything. I'm so excited to teach you, to tell you that definitely so much better to homeschool the freedom. Sometimes I know there's some other things that comes with homeschooling. Like, how do you cook when you don't have an idea? I know the kids were probably in school and they were probably eating at school. Now I have to cook, right? That's some things that you will come across, and you're gonna feel that it's really more difficult. But let me tell you that it's not that difficult. And I'm going to I'm actually doing a course right now for YouTube. I decided to go and make a YouTube channel that focuses on homeschooling moms that have businesses. They don't know how to get their routine put together. The community on Bisman community is going to be for homeschooling as well, and business. We're not going to delete our social media. We're not going to, I'm not going to not teach social media, because as you know, I love social media, but I also love homeschooling. And I'm all the time homeschooling my kids in every way. Like, you can go and learn, like, let me give you an example. They're in the water and the pool right now. You know there's chemicals that you put in the water? You teach your kids how many chemicals. Learn measurements. How awesome to learn measurement while they're playing. Why the water is becoming in a different way. What is it getting this green thing? Like, let's talk about chemics or chemistry or physics. Like, why my body is aching. So many ways to learn, but sometimes in school they just go through the book. When you experience life, when you experience the things around you, you learn so much better. So homeschooling can give you that. Homeschooling can give you experience. You can learn so much better as well to be a parent homeschooling, because you're gonna learn the patience to be with them. Again, our first year of homeschooling, it wasn't that easy. I'm telling you, it wasn't that easy, but it gets better and better and better and better. Every mom that homeschooled is doing it for years. I've been asking the same question. Like, how do you love it? How do you like it? And then, like, it's the best decision ever. I remember asking people, I was asking in the wrong group one time, and they were like, send your kids to school. Send your kids to school now, because of pandemic and COVID-19 or whatever you want to call it. Everybody is at home. Homeschooling. So, and that's why I want to do this video. Homeschooling their kids. They think they're homeschooling their kids. No, you're not. You're in a computer. You're doing Zooms. You have to be with your kid 24/7 probably. One of my friends, she was 7:55 in the morning to 4 something, because she had 3 kids, doing that Zoom thing, because the kids have to be in different hours in the computer. I don't know how a working mom can do that, but I know a homeschooling working mom can. You know why? Because a homeschooling working mom can decide at what time she can homeschool, depending on her schedule. She can work, she can then homeschool at night and when she comes from work, or she can divide herself and her husband. Some single mom that probably cannot do that. But let me tell you, the freedom on your schedule of homeschooling is different. Instead of being on a computer every hour, I am not saying that that's not good, that you cannot just put your kids to school, because I know they might come back to school. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just trying to really make the difference and teach you guys the difference of what homeschooling and Zoomschooling is, because people think they're homeschooling today. And I just wanted to make very clear that it's not the same. And you probably, if you think of homeschooling, you will, I cannot do this, because you are not being taught really how homeschooling works. So I wanted to make this video because of that. Because if you ever think about homeschooling your kid at home, and you think you cannot do it because your experience, because you're Zooming with your kids on the computer 24/7, is not the best way to really experience homeschooling. So that's why I wanted to do this video. And let me tell you, you see my stories. you cannot see my frustration, but I'm telling you, I do have some frustration sometimes. When Radames is exhausted, maybe he didn't, he was playing all day yesterday and he didn't have much energy today. We can take a break. We can have a break together. He can have a break. He can have my break. We can go back to the book or to the learning experience, whatever we're learning this week. But I know for sure, and again, I'm not saying anything bad about people that are teaching or the teachers out there. I am so grateful for them when my son was in school, but I know for us wasn't the best idea. That's why we started homeschooling. And again, it's so much different. The difference of both is it's like comparing an apple with a building. It's so much. The difference is very big. Like this morning, we were just learning some Spanish words in some materials that I bought from Lakeshore, and they enjoyed it. They were playing. Now they have the piggy, we call it puerco, in the water. Like they learning Spanish while they're playing. Then we come back and we have some lunch. Now I have to figure out lunch before I go to my meeting. But guys, it's so much freedom. I'm not sure. I want to know about you. What are you doing? What you guys are doing today? And if you want to get more of this conversation, I'm going to be more deeper on conversation on these topics and how to manage that balance on being a mom, working mom, or CEO of your company, or entrepreneur, and also homeschooling in this mom community for homeschooling. So again, I am going to be focusing on those topics and more because I have so much to share. And in my community and in my YouTube channel that will come in very soon after I finish my course. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a best homeschooling day and CEO moment, or just a mom moment. If you need a break, just talk to me. Take care.